Oh boy.
Perfect.
Alrighty, let's get into this. Spawning up here at the top right position as the Teal Terran on Fighting Spirit is going to be Fazek.
In the bottom left, we have Probes, which is Armada.
The Orange Protoss cross spawn favorable to Protoss already, as if Protoss needed any more of an advantage in this matchup. You heard me, dirty Protoss scum over here, Tim.
I do like a good cross spawn.
Yeah, he can freely open up 21 next and be like, alright, even if he like FDs me, I'll still be safe because his units take like a year to get across the map.
Just proxy racks the Protoss, hello?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's why we just BBS him all the time. Tim's builds was actually get crushed by BBS now that I think of it, because he just always outfits 21 next one goon. It's just like, okay, I run into your base with like 6 Marines.
Historically, I've done pretty well against BBS, but I don't think I've played against very good players that have BBS me.
Ah, there you go, see. Fazek already asking if he wants to change the TR. I think that's just excuses, to be honest.
Shut down.
Denied.
Nah, it won't be better. Yeah, there you go, Armada. Stand your ground. But we see both players opening pretty standard. No real... Oh, it is going to be a 11-11 from Fazek, so we probably might be seeing an FD here from him. Other side of the map, Armada going with Gate Gas. Very standard. No early scouts from either player.
Oof, man.
And
He
here
really
comes-
wants out.
Yeah, he really does. Maybe he messed up his split. He's like, oh, I lost that like 8 minerals from missplitting or something.
GG.
But we do see the first scout coming out here from Fazek. And like I said, cross map spawn, he's going to be scouting the Protoss very late. TR8 apparently is what the game is on.
That's really unfortunate.
Hey, that's a lot better. That's a lot better for Terran, isn't it? Because then Protoss can't micro Dragoons.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just run at them.
Yeah.
Dragoons are like will bug out like half the time. It's good stuff.
Most of Terran's micro in this matchup is just they have to sequence a bunch of things. Like they have to do a bunch of things, but it's just like sequencing. It's not quick reaction for the most part, especially late game.
Are you saying Protoss needs to micro?
Sometimes.
Just a little bit.
Occasionally we need more than the A button.
Once in the early game, once you get to late game, it's just like, all right, we don't care anymore. For a period of time, Fazek actually had 2 guys in gas just for a little bit. Probably wants extra gas maybe for the tank upgrade all at the same time. So he had 2 guys on gas, now he's only on 1. Standard FD build coming out from him. Both players scouting the first Dragoon.
Cross spawn now.
Yep, both players know it's cross spawn. Dragoon
I'm
just gonna
doing my favorite build.
Yeah, the 21X, the one that you probably showed everyone and their mother, because you said, oh, it's just the best build. You cut a probe for like 30 seconds to get like your observer out like a minute earlier, or something like that. That's not actually how it goes. I think you cut a probe for like 5 seconds and you get the observatory out 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyways, Dragoon now going to try to kill this SCV, gets no more scouting information, but Fazek should probably know this is a 21X considering the build order. And there now he sees the Nexus, now he knows for sure it's a 21 Nexus. And we got the fake double on the other side for Fazek. Mines upgrade started, tank on the way. And again, cross map position, so this is going to hit in like a year, which means that Armada is probably going to have 3 Dragoons out with 4 and 5 on the way by the time this push gets about halfway across the map. Yo, does Armada actually not know where Fazek is?
No, he sent a probe scout up. He knows.
Okay, he knows. Why does he have his Dragoons over here? It's kind of weird.
I think he's gonna proxy a robo or something. No, he has the robo building. What is this probe doing at 12?
That's what I'm asking. What are these Dragoons doing, dude?
Or maybe he's gone for a backstab cannon rush.
Yeah, he doesn't have a forge though.
Did he think? I think he thinks his opponent is at top left.
Oh
because-
no!
Oh my god.
Because the SCV came out of there because it went to scout up here.
Oh no!
he
so he,
even
like-
checked his base though.
This is actually looking
Wow.
super bad
That's
now
tragic.
for Armada. He's gonna have 2 Dragoons back at home. The other 2 Dragoons are running across the map right now trying to find them. He might actually catch his Vulture from behind. This actually might work out well for Armada here, but here comes the push.
Yeah, good thing no mines were down already.
Oh, well, he sent the tank.
He's like right in the middle of the Marines though.
Yeah, he's gonna get the tank. That's the most important part of this push. He's gonna get the Vulture.
But at what cost?
The cost of 2 Dragoons. No more Vultures on the way. 4 Marines left over. He's got the double gateway production. 2 Dragoons at a time right now. Oh, 1 Dragoon does end up falling, unfortunately.
He should hold this.
Yeah, he shouldn't take a single probe loss, I think, as long as he just targets the mine. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't run into those.
Yeah, he's gonna wait for his Observer. Observatory was a little bit late. I think he was a little bit panicking from the fact that he did not see what was coming. Yeah, I didn't see the spawn. XD. But Fazek now looks like he's just gonna play pretty standard here. This 1 Dragoon, unfortunately, may or may not lose his life. Yes, it will. That is so sad. The probe also gonna lose its life. Also very sad. And the first Observer is not started yet. So yeah, Armada a little bit behind right now on his tech. The Observer finally started now. Yeah, this is a little bit late. 6:30.
Fazek has 630 third CC going down on site.
Yep. And this is the power of being able to kill that many Dragoons. Ooh, that mine is gonna hurt.
Ouch.
But yeah, the power of being able to force your opponent back, killing a lot of their Dragoons, and now the fact that, you know, again, Armada doesn't have map control because he doesn't have the Observer out because it's, you know, quite late. This is really hurting him.
He's being forced to expand to a suboptimal third.
Yeah, and Fazek at the same time got this Vulture coming up here. He's gonna be able to scout it. Wait, how did he... Wait, hold on a sec. That wasn't supposed to happen.
So, you can see things up cliffs that are like right next to the edge sometimes in certain places.
That's crazy. Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
He literally saw the pylon like, wait, that's not supposed to happen. He doesn't have vision up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before. Like, I was proxy cannoning someone on Heartbreak Ridge, you know?
Oh, they saw the cannon.
Yeah,
That's
and they like
unlucky.
started shooting the cannon from the low ground, and I was like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? But yeah, it turns out that's how that works.
Yep. Third command center now finishing while the Nexus is only halfway done for Armada. So right now we gotta say that Fazek has got a quite sizable economic advantage right now. Armada up to 4 gateways though, but no tech coming out. He's not really going into Citadel of Adun just yet. Oh, there it is actually, right as I say that. Kind of questioning why he hasn't finished off this pylon wall. He's just got 2 Dragoons over there. Probably just trying to bring a probe over there to finish that up. And meanwhile, we do have this wonderful, wonderful supply depot wall from
Yeah,
Fazek.
the probe died before we could build the last one.
Oh, okay, I see. Now both players on 3 bases. The Observer has snuck into Fazek's base. Gonna see everything that's going on. Just gonna see the 2 factories producing non-stop tanks, it looks like for now. Yep. Nothing but tanks. Just wants to get that tank count high enough, and once his economy from the 3rd base starts really kicking in, he's just going to throw down like 8 more factories and just build massive amounts of those mechanical units.
Fazek is definitely in a very good position right now. He's way ahead in SUVs.
Yep, and he's got these 4 Vultures. No speed though, just poking in and out. He does have speed on the way, it's almost done. But he's going to poke up here, he's going to see that there are Dragoons blocking this base, and he's going to have to pull back those Vultures.
He's shooting the wrong Vulture, no. He could have killed one.
Okay, so Stargate, Temple Archives are about to start. Well, Temple Archives hasn't started yet, but the Stargate's coming out. Actually, this might be Carriers coming out here from Armada, the fact that he doesn't have the Temple Archive started yet. So, it looks like could be just 4 base Carrier. This is actually the
No, there it
advantage.
is. Archives just went down.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit later than Archives.
Yeah. I don't know Armada as a carrier player. I've only ever seen him build Arbiters in PvT.
Yeah, I don't think he's a carrier player either. But this is also the advantage of getting this 6 o'clock base here as Protoss, the off 3rd base, not the natural 3rd base. There you go, is that once you secure this 3rd base, the 4th base is actually quite easy for Protoss, and taking the 4th on Fighting Spirit has always been one of the more difficult portions of this game. You never want to really expand to like one of those corner bases. Terran can drop vultures in there or something, and it's just really, really difficult to secure forward. So now that he's got the 6 o'clock base, he can just go ahead and grab the 9 o'clock base. And then he's got a lot more options moving forward into the game. He can try to go for refugee Protoss style, where he just expands everywhere. He says, okay, I'll lose my top left, but I'll have the bottom right. +1, just about done now for Fazek. Starport almost done. Looks like he might be a touch behind on his 2-1 timing. And I'm not seeing the second armory anywhere either as well. But on the other side of the map, Armada not really getting into the swing of the gateway production just yet, even though he's got his 4th base up now. I like this like quad probe queue. I like carriers, but not really on Fighting Spirit, says Armada. Yeah, Fighting Spirit not the best map for this. I will agree. And there's the gateway spam now coming down for our Armada. And he's increased his supply lead now to about 35. Not that that matters too much at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's still about even at this point.
Yeah, I would say it's about even. As long as Fazek just doesn't move out like some kind of a maniac. Leg's also about to finish now for Armada, so he's going to get into the Mass Zealot production soon enough. I'm actually surprised he hasn't built any cannons at his 3rd base, the 6 o'clock, and made a pylon wall on the other side of the ramp, just so that he can bring these 2 Dragoons over here into the mix.
No, he believes he doesn't need cannons.
Oh, Armada, I'm not sure about that. He's going to lose Dragoon. Unfortunate. A couple of Dragoons also taking quite a bit of HP damage here as well.
7 factories up for Fazek.
Yeah, Fazek is starting the macro. He's now got 2-1 started as well. Yeah, Fazek
2-1 was definitely a bit late.
Just a little bit, yeah. He didn't have his science facility out just at the right time. But otherwise, shouldn't be too much of an issue. His early game lead that he obtained by getting such an early 3rd base is really going to help him macro into a max out relatively quickly. But, you know, Armada's gotten this 4th base without much damage at all. Like, after getting the 3rd base early for Fazek, he hasn't really done much on the map. Hasn't been really using vultures too well, besides delaying that 3rd base. But at this point, Armada's really getting into his macro cycles. He's got, how many gateways now? He's got 11 gateways now. The first Arbiter's done. Second one hasn't been started yet. He's got recall on the way. And he did not upgrade. I think he upgraded stasis first.
Yeah, he has stasis done already.
Okay. So a little bit. By the way, Protoss players, please start your energy upgrade before anything else. I don't know why Protoss players don't do this anymore, but energy upgrade is just always better for Protoss. Like,
for Arbiters.
Yeah. Like, do you know this, Tim? Like, you should always be going energy upgrade.
I know this, and then don't do it anyway, because I'm dumb.
A lot of Protosses are just like, oh no, I need stasis first. I'm like, no. If you get stasis right as your first Arbiter finishes, you're going to have to wait like another minute before you have enough energy for it. You might as well get the energy upgrade, and then by the time stasis finishes, because stasis is actually a very, very fast upgrade. A lot of people don't realize this.
And Arbiters build so slowly, the energy upgrade is done by the time the Arbiter's done.
Yeah, exactly. So now, I mean, with this first Arbiter is now getting 100 energy. He's going to have stasis by the time this move out happens from Fazek, whose 2-1 is now about halfway done. But like I said, it's just a little bit thing that Protosses all can learn from. Always get that energy upgrade first in Arbiters. It's always just better. Good stasis here on 5 tanks. Really nice. And I think Armada, is just going to push in here. This barracks is actually going to stop these Dragoons from the bottom side, by the way. That might be
that's good.
Important here. And actually, Fazek has a lot of these tanks behind the bridge, not really trying to get as much map control as he could have. These Zealots getting all over these tanks right now.
Seems like his vulture production wasn't quite in full swing yet. He didn't have very many out.
Yeah, also the fact that he's got 3 machine shops, and he's got a lot of vultures queued up on these factories. Really could have used about 3 more factories just making only vultures right now. And I'm not so sure about the triple machine shop. Generally speaking, I like to get the 3rd machine shop right after my 2-1 finishes, because most of my gas is still being used for upgrades. Oh, this is so painful. The unstasis happens. Oh, that's unfortunate here for Armada.
Dragoons die.
Yeah, just popping like water balloons, as we like to say. And this Nexus is 1 hex too low over at this 5th base, and vultures are going to be able to stop this as well. So Armada in a little bit of a struggling situation right now. He's only got 11 gateways and also banking 4k minerals. So he really needs to add a couple more gateways over here. Maybe even grab his saturate his gases at a second Stargate for more Arbiter production. But right now, Fazek's in a perfect position. His 2-1 is finished now. He's going to be moving out onto the map. Yep, here comes the Unsiege. And after that winning fight in front of his bridge, he's going to be in a perfect position to continue to harass Armada's bases. And
Oh, the big mines.
yeah, these mines just absolutely shredding through these zealots. Yeah, this is a scary Terran ball. Yeah, now he's finally getting the Kydarian amulet for these Arbiters, but I think it's a little too late. These Dragoons gonna run up, see if there's any vultures up here, but at the same time, unfortunately, the tanks are just rolling across the map, whereas army is just completely out of position right now. I will say though that there's a lot of tanks here, not enough vultures, I would say. Again, these factories, only 4 factories making vultures. He definitely needs a couple more. Generally speaking, you want to have at least a 2-to-1 ratio, maybe even 3-to-1 sometimes, for vultures to tank production. But I don't think it matters. He's got way too many tanks right here.
I think these tanks are gonna do work. Oof.
Yeah,
Look
tanks.
at them. They're ready.
Tanks are in perfect position. He's got so many. I mean, he's got about a control group and a half of tanks, more on the way from home. Will this Arbiter get a good stasis off? Yes, it will. Nice 5 tanks there. But again, it just does not matter. Just too many tanks. And just not enough units out here for Armada. Trying to sandwich. But unfortunately, the flank not working out, considering that one side does not have a flank whatsoever. He's now down 50 supply. And this 5th base here for Armada really not going to be able to get underway that effectively, considering that he just doesn't have a reinforcement line to that base. And yeah, Armada just not able to get enough of a gateway count up this game, only sitting on 11 this entire game. You can see his minerals banking up to 5.5k, and there comes the GG out. Game 1 from Armada, or game 1 going to Fazek, the loss from Armada. Well played there from Fazek, really acknowledging the weaknesses in Armada's play early on after the fake double, killing the tank, or sorry, even though he killed the tank, he lost quite a few Dragoons, managed to stop the 3rd base, and he just pushed out to grab a 3rd base very quickly. The 630 command center at the location was a little too much. Tim said he'll be back in a minute. There he is. Came back
and Armada's dead. What happened?
The fight at the bridge didn't go so well. He was down, like, he was even on supply, and then Fazek rolled him with tanks.
Yeah.
That was that. So we will be jumping into game number 2. Armada says, I need to queue more when I'm maxed. Yes, that is something you probably should be doing. Also the fact that I think you just need to get more gateways out. 11 is just not enough on 4 bases. You definitely need a little bit more, like 16 gateways at that point. We're going to be jumping into game number 2 on Circuit Breaker. We've got Fazek as the Teal Terran once again, spawning at the bottom left.
Upper left, we have Armada, Brown, Protoss.
A close position here on Circuit Breaker, vertical close position as well, makes these games quite interesting. I think close positions on Circuit Breaker always just sucks as a Protoss player. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh man, he just like 4 facts, pushes me, grabs bases on the way to my base, and it's just like, I can't really do anything once he gets a contained setup. It's really difficult. I always think as Protoss, I need to be going 3 base, mass gateway style early on, like White Raw style, special tactics. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's just, you just go like 2 or 3 base, just mass Zealot Dragoon.
I believe in Armada. I think he's gonna bring this back.
I believe in Armada too. As a former teammate of Armada, I think he's got this.
I definitely like the top side of Circuit Breaker better than the bottom side for Protoss, because the 12 o'clock base you can wall with 2 pylons, as opposed to the 6 o'clock base you need like 4 or 5.
Yeah, because of the way that the ramps are made.
Yeah.
Interesting to know.
Yeah. So on top side, I usually take the 12 o'clock as my 3rd.
I like it. Smart play. Interesting insight here from Tim. I didn't actually know that. But now I do. Actually, no, as a Terran player, I know this because I only need to make 2 supply depots to wall on the top side, and on the bottom side, I need like 4 supply depots. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Fazek once again going for this 11-11 Rax gas. Armada, same thing as usual on this side. Gateway gas core. Yep. Looks like we're gonna have this standard game coming out here from both players once again. But as I said before, with this vertical spawn, we're going to see Terran a lot of times basically say, okay, I spawn really close to you. I'm going to want to be really aggressive, try to grab the 9 o'clock base here for Fazek. If you can grab the 9 o'clock position and set up a line of tanks and kind of semi-contain Protoss at the middle of the map, it just works out really well for Terran. He can grab a lot of map control this way. Protoss has a much longer way of getting around the map. He's going to have to go through the 12 o'clock all the way around to be able to move the bulk of his army. And then from there, Terran will just be like, okay, I'm just going to go for a 4-fact aggression, try to see if I can get any damage early on. It's kind of interesting the way that CB plays, because if I'm Protoss on Circuit Breaker and I spawn cross map, I feel like I just insta-win the game. And if I'm in close position, I feel like the game's a lot more, like, super difficult. I actually think it's Terran favorite if Terran spawns close positions to Protoss on CB.
I actually do agree with that, yeah, because, I mean, you already have 4 easily secured bases, just like your main natural, the mineraling third, and then the bottom base. And then when you're pushing, you can take the 9 o'clock as your 5th base, and 5 base Terran is, like, absolutely monstrous.
Yeah. It's just so hard to break Terran. The free mineral only third is just what really sets it apart from a map like Fighting Spirit. You just get so many more factories making vultures instead, and it's just like, okay. Obviously, you go a much more vulture-heavy style, but I think that vulture is just so good on this map.
Yeah, especially on this map. This map is super open, so you can just put mines everywhere.
Yeah, and also the massive amount of attack paths in. I mean, the double bridge already helps out compared to the single bridge on Fighting Spirit. The high ground pods as well leading in, and then the 4th base. It's quite a wide ramp, and there's so much map control to be had with vultures on this map. Again, Circuit Breaker, I think it's a very balanced map, but it just depends entirely upon the spawn positions for both of these players.
Yeah, the high ground above the mineraling thirds are especially difficult to push up.
But we see once again a standard fake double coming out here from Fazek. He's got the tank, mines on the way, everything going according to plan. And we actually have a probe hidden over here below the 3rd base for Fazek. Maybe going to proxy something. I don't think so. The Robo is starting in his base once again.
Exactly identical builds from last game.
Yep, but this time Armada does have the no-tell of this FD that's coming out. So he's already picked off 2 Marines here. The Dragoons, one of them is quite low.
One of the Marines got stuck in its attack animation, and the tank got stuck behind it. And now it's going to lose every single Marine because of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is actually very good.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, very good for Armada here. Does end up trading a Dragoon, but for 5 Marines, I'm going to say it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah, with 1 Dragoon, with 2 Dragoons, he shut down the entire push.
And yeah, he might even get a scout in here with this 1 Dragoon. Maybe even pick off that the SCV building command center.
Oh no, there's mine. Oh no, he's gonna lose the vulture.
Oh no, he doesn't actually lose his Dragoon there. That's unfortunate there from Armada. But once again, this doesn't matter. He's already stopped the push. He can safely probe up behind this. Doesn't really have to worry too much about it. Obviously, this time, especially without too much pressure, he's got the observatory coming down at a reasonable time now. The observer is going to come out about a good 30 seconds earlier compared to last game.
Yeah, observatory is on time this game.
Once again, this probe... Oh, almost got picked off by that vulture there, but Armada's going to keep it alive this time. Ooh, actually does lose that probe. Doesn't matter. Lost the vulture. The probe was already heading back home anyways. This tank going to be here. Maybe going to get some damage out. Oh, Armada! Oh, what a mine drag!
Oh, no.
I'm not even sure if he knew that mine was there, but this is, again, really great for Armada here. That tank...
Yeah.
Not the most important tank in the world. Oh, he's going to lose his probe. That's not good. Okay.
Any tank is an important tank in the early game.
That's true, but it's saying more like the tank wasn't really pressuring him too much, so it wasn't as important as like an FD that had already just got to his base with a bunch of Marines there.
Oh, important for him to kill, you mean?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Every tank is important. I agree with that. But in terms of
but
in terms of priority for Protoss, that wasn't like the most important tank that he needed to kill.
Agreed.
Because once the push is shut down, that tank is kind of like, okay, like I'm just gonna bring it back home as Terran, keep the one tank, make sure my tank count stays high. Dropship coming out here actually from Fazek, really nice to kind of get through this wall of Dragoons that is positioned at every base right now for Armada.
Yeah, I do like dropships on this map.
Yeah, with how big that main is, I mean, there's so much
Yeah.
dark area in the main that sometimes it's really difficult to find where the vultures are coming from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how much damage that this drop does.
It's easy to drop behind the naturals too.
Yeah, oh yeah, very very easily.
Because like Protoss is not gonna have units at like this 9 o'clock. There's no reason for him to have units there.
Yep.
Because they won't be able to get out if push comes.
Armada playing pretty standard as last game. This time again going into the mid game a lot better than last game. I would say in a much better position. Terran doesn't have that super early third base. Instead he's going for this dropship, which is going to drop a tank and 2 vultures here behind the natural. Here we go.
Ooh, Armada still hasn't reacted.
He's going to lose one probe. Excuse me, one probe there. And here comes the vultures. Maybe if they get some mines up top of this ramp, this would be really good. The probe is coming off here.
Killing the mines.
The probes are killing the mines. Oh, they might trap this one vulture. Wow, that was
the
almost
probes are the real heroes.
almost
Oh my
insane.
God.
But now this is super difficult. This is why I don't like building this Cybernex core right here, because now your Dragoons have to walk all the way around the middle line, and now these vultures are getting quite a bit of kills here, but they're quite low from the probes early on. They managed to get, I think, 4 or 5 probes there, so the drop overall was not too bad. I think he might lose his, he's going to lose his dropship, so
The tank,
overall...
the tank got a few probe kills as well.
Oh, that is true as well. Oh, this one tank also over here killing this Nexus.
I don't know about that. That seems questionable to me.
He believed, alright?
No way he was gonna get enough time to kill that.
I also want to say that
his
he's
dream.
still got this probe down here at the third base, just chilling here. They've been here the entire game.
I think that's maybe... I don't know what that's for. I guess he just likes to have it there to see things.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's gonna proxy a cannon.
I think he probably thinks has an observer on the minimap, which is why he hasn't gone back down to check it. But ooh, 6-fac coming out here from FaZe, like remaking Marines. This is going to be the 6-fac all
Remaking
in.
Marines? Oh boy.
Yeah.
He's really in.
Yeah, he's really going in.
Yeah.
Hasn't started the second comsat just yet. See, here's the thing. I would have loved to see this dropship stayed alive, and then while he's doing the 6-fac push, drop vultures into the main base. That would have been like a killer blow right there, I think.
You know, I really don't like how Armada doesn't have an observer in Fazek's main right now.
Yeah, that's one of
Like,
the
he's
problems.
seeing when there's a third, and he knows there isn't a third, but he doesn't know if it's 4-fact, 5-fact, 6-fact.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This observer here at the third base should just be patrolling in between the third base and the factory count. Because it doesn't matter. If you don't see a third base here, like, you know, I mean, he might be grabbing the 6 o'clock hidden, but otherwise, it's just like, it's more important to figure out what that factory count is, especially with the 6-fact coming out right now. Armada is only ahead by 10 supply, and that's exactly what you want to see as a Terran player when going for this 6-factory push. He's finally adding more gateways now.
Fazek even pulled 3 guys off gas. He's really going in on this push.
Yeah, he's only got 2 guys in gas at the main, 1 guy in gas at the natural. He's just going to be pumping out massive amounts of vultures from these 6 factories. And Armada, I don't think he's going to be ready. He's got the observer overhead. He did see the push come through, but I mean, it's going to take a miracle for him to hold this. He's just not prepared.
If he can hold the high ground, then, I mean, he has a chance, but...
Yeah, but what if Fazek just pushes across the bridge instead? But no, instead, he is going to go up this high ground. I'm not sure about this. I would have pushed across the bridge, but here we go. A lot of these vultures ended up getting taken down. He's going to try to get on top of some of these tanks with the Dragoons. Dragoons microing forward here. He's actually only 5 tanks here. And wow, okay, never mind.
Ooh.
This push was held off so easily.
Yeah, so I think what that comes back to is the fact that Fazek lost 3 tanks in the early game. 1 from the FD, 1 in the dropship, and then another one, the one that was like sitting over shooting at the third. And I think if he had instead only lost the 1 tank from the FD, like if he had 7 tanks in that push, I think that would have made a huge difference.
Yeah, I also think that his attack there was a little bit questionable. I think he needs to, once he gets to the low ground of that high ground pod, he needs to start slow pushing with tanks and sieging. Because when he walked up to the high ground with those tanks, there was a period of time where they just weren't attacking the Dragoons. Even unsieged tanks will do quite a bit of damage to those Dragoons. And so when the tanks weren't attacking, the Dragoons were just like, okay, well, I can just freely kill all of your vultures, and then by the time the tank sieged up, he had no vultures left. Now this vulture harass here is good. It's going to get quite a few probe kills here actually in the main base. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter anymore because Armada's grabbing the 4th base right now. Terran has no intentions of ever grabbing a 3rd base with the 6 factory push. The fact that the 6 fact was already held off, hasn't even killed the base yet, or even really pressured Protoss all that much, just means that this attack has already been halted. And as a Terran player, you're just going to feel so far behind.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just now grabbing that 3rd base.
I mean, he's in a really strong position right now with mines across the bridge and the tanks sieged up outside.
But he just doesn't have a tank
Armada
cannon.
Armada can't really break this right now, but he doesn't feel threatened by it because there's no way that Fazek has enough to move up.
Yeah. And once Armada starts adding more gateways on, which he should be doing soon, again, he's making 1k minerals. And yeah, once he starts this Zealot wave, which he just started now in the queue for his gateways, once like the first control group of Zealots hits, I think this push is pretty much over. He might even want to grab a shuttle just because of how many mines there are at the front here.
Yeah.
Oh no, his barracks is gonna burn out. Gonna die.
Barracks at 200 HP. But yeah, again, Armada's just saying, okay, you can have this contain on me. I'm just going to walk around with Dragoons and attack your weak side here. He is actually bleeding quite a few Dragoons. Okay, this is... Yeah, Armada definitely needs a lot more gateways right now. I would say throw down another 4 or 5 gateways would be ideal. Yeah.
I think he just should not have been engaging at all during that period of time. Like, wait for Zealots to come out before you try anything.
Yeah, now the Zealots are finally out. But, yeah, his position has gotten quite a bit more dicey now, especially with these tanks reinforcing. Yeah. He is bleeding some SCVs here, so the SCVs aren't going to be able to make turrets, really, when it gets across the bridge. He's going to keep having to drag them across. But, otherwise, Armada went from being like, okay, I'm, like, totally comfortable, I don't really have to deal with that, anything, to a position where now he's kind of like, okay, like, I'm a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
What is Fazek doing with these SCVs? Is he just rallied across the map with these SCVs? He just keeps losing.
Maybe.
I think he is. Yeah, I think
he's lost like 8. Yeah.
He definitely has his natural command center rallied to the top of the map.
He's definitely lost like 8 SCVs.
Save the SCVs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Our Armada's now got a ton of Zealots now, as you can see here. Yeah, this break is about to happen. Here it comes. Here comes the break. And there's just... Where are the vultures? Oh, there they are. Finally getting there. The mines... Not doing too badly from either player, but yeah, then those Zealots are getting right on top of these tanks. There's not enough vultures here. But yeah, again, he didn't have enough once he lost that 6-pack. Oh, big mine drag.
That was big. If it wasn't for that mine, I think he could have cleaned this up and still had some units left over, but...
Oh, these mines though, killing the Dragoons. The Dragoons are stuck on each other. It doesn't matter at the end.
Yeah, Armada's gonna just barely break out here. And he has a 4th base, meanwhile, Terran's main is almost mined out. His natural's pretty low.
Yeah, but it's super important as well, the tank count was reset as well. He's only got 1 tank left. And again, he's got these 4 SCVs just not doing anything. He's got more SCVs over here at the high ground pod. Yeah, this rally was really funny.
A 3rd one comes and joins.
Dude, they're just chilling.
Yeah, that is not what you want.
Arbiter coming out, Stasis research on the way. And Terran has, like, what, how many tanks does he have? He's got 1 tank. Science facility coming up. Yeah, at this point, if I'm Protoss right now, I'm just like, okay, this game's over.
I think the 6-fact was a great idea in these positions, but the execution was a little bit lacking because of just, like, the lack of those 2 tanks that he lost needlessly, and then just decisions about where and when to push.
Yeah, I totally agree. I really think that the best way to push, if Protoss is caught off guard, I think pushing across to the high ground pod is totally fine. The problem is that I think he should have taken the engagement right where he did after the push failed. So right across the bridge there is where I want to be, and I want to be slow pushing. Yeah, exactly, slow pushing. Because if they try to break out with Zealots are going to be going 1 at a time across that bridge. It's really easy just to keep like a control group of vultures and just hold that ramp, and no Zealots can get out until he gets shuttles.
And you can put mines all over the place.
Yeah. Now he can get quite a bit of damage here with these vultures at the top. This 4th base here is totally unprotected.
Oh yeah, there's no wall. Well, it's sort of. something like a wall. But
There's sort of a wall, but yeah, not really.
I definitely think that this base you should be walling just 2 pylons by the ramp. That's all you need.
Yeah, and defending with vultures here, or with zealots here, not the best. Vultures kind of shred zealots, but luckily for him, he kind of got trapped actually behind the wall itself.
And he was planning 3 steps ahead. He built a prison for the vultures, not a wall.
He built a prison for the vultures. That's absolutely right. Yeah, 4th base not coming out for Terran. I think that Terran, because of the way that Armada's playing this right now, where he's banking 2k minerals, I really think that he just needs to throw down a pylon like right below where his first 2 gateways are, just build like 8 more gateways, is just really where Protoss wants to be right now. I want to be macroing super hard. I want to be taking control of the map, clearing it of mines, and attacking the 4th base.
He hasn't yet taken his 3rd gas, and he's trying to do double upgrades and arbiters, and that's really kind of like putting a strain on his gas. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And his main and natural are just about ready to mine out. His 3rd base also almost mined out. So he really needs to be looking right now for a 5th and 6th base. And again, if you look at supply count, because of the fact that he's banked up 3k minerals and not gotten more gateways, we'll notice here that he's just really behind in terms of macro. After the 6-fact failed, Protoss at this point should be ahead by like 40 to 60 supply. The fact that he's only ahead by 20 supply is a really big detriment. Now, obviously, Fazek just left without a GG, but
Whoa,
he
didn't
really caught Fazek off guard here. Like, Fazek was not expecting this push at all, it seems, because all of his units were out of position. There was nothing defending this high ground.
Yeah.
So he just got run over. He had enough units to defend, but none of them were where they needed to be.
Yeah, unfortunate. Fazek with the no GG, by the way.
Big BM.
Big
And
BM.
sometimes it gets cut off in the replay. Like, they said GG, but it doesn't actually make it into...
Armada, did he GG? Do you remember? Moderately chill as follow. Thank you, Chill. Appreciate that. The Booman 342 also as follow. Thank you.
Ooh, Fazek free benzene.
Benzene
I don't
and
know
a
how I feel about that.
PVT? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This is a very Protoss favorite map. He probably has some special build planned out.
maybe he has like some ridiculous build.
Maybe he has the floating barrack. Do you think they work?
It doesn't work against Protoss. I can try it. Wait, I can try. Wait, Tim, I'll try it against you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It might.
Alright, we're getting in here to the game. On Benzene, we're going to have the red Protoss Armada spawning up here at the top right position.
And in the bottom left, we have Fazek as the green Terran.
Do you want me to do it, Tim? You seem reluctant.
I'm thinking about floating barracks right now. Because on this map, I mean, you can do 12 next as Protoss pretty reasonably on this map, right?
Yeah. 12x is super easy.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's even more reason to do it.
Which is why, generally speaking, as a Terran player on this map, I always go 14cc. It's a long 2-player map. If I'm playing this game, I'm just gonna shake hand the early game. I'm just like, you 12 next, I'll 14cc. Let's shake hands. And it's like, okay, cool, we're done.
Proxy 2 gate.
Oh, BBS versus Proxy 2 gate. Armada says, no, I think he was mad at turn rate. Dude, you still GG. Dude, both players are going with shitty turn rate, man. I don't understand that logic. Like, if you get mad at turn rate, okay, like, I can understand it in, like, a TVZ, right? Where if you can't micro metas and you just lose your lurkers because you press burrow and then, like, 5 seconds later they'll burrow, I can understand getting mad at that. But, like, you still should GG. Both of you guys are under the constraints of the turn rate. It's not one or the other.
Yeah, and PvT, honestly, neither player suffers that badly.
Except for early game. And besides, Terran is favored in the early game with the turn rate that's super, super bad. So, anyways, yeah, we're going to see that 12 next come out here from Armada, as we said before.
Fazek's doing 11-11 again.
Yeah, the 11-11, another FD.
His good old trusty build.
Could be the bunker rush vulture attack if he sees this.
Oh yeah, I hope.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like going for a probe scout after pylon for going for 12 next, just because if I can get across the map fast enough, I might be able to steal their gas.
That is
If
filthy.
they're doing 14cc, you mean?
Yeah, if they're doing 40cc, 1 max FE, just steal the gas.
Why would you do that? That's so mean.
That's exactly.
Wins games.
Oh.
But Armada with the 2 gate, very standard, not getting gas just yet. He's going to be focusing more on these zealots in the early game to defend any kind of bunker rush. A little bit late on the second pylon though. Actually, the fact they went double gate is actually totally okay.
I think he's just waiting for the Nexus to finish for supply, and he's not. He's skipping that pylon entirely.
Interesting. He's got this probe always over here. This probe always comes into like interesting positions, and I'm like, oh, proxy robo, or like proxy DT tech, or proxy 3 gate, and he just does nothing with it. No, it's just chilling here.
Yeah,
He's just looking.
may as well
for a
send him back
Hindenburg
home
expansion.
if you're not going to do anything with it.
Yeah, here comes the 2 marine push though. It does look like it's going to be, yeah, here comes the SCV pull.
2 zealots coming out though.
2 zealots
and
now,
this map
core
is
is
so
coming.
long. I think he'll have dragoons out before the vulture gets there, or at least on the
there
way.
is a proxy pylon this time.
Ooh.
He's
Set.
pulling so many boys.
Yep, here comes the standard SCV pull. We're gonna see
Is
the
it gonna
bunker.
be proxy
Yeah,
robo or proxy DTs?
Most likely proxy robo, but he's gonna start the bunker out here probably. And Armada actually doesn't see this just yet. The zealots are gonna be finally coming out here. The dragoons should be started right now. Is he just waiting for double?
He does see that this SCV stuck around, which is a little bit telling.
Yeah, but here it comes. Does he have enough probes here? He's only got 7 probes. He might need to transfer some more to defend this. But now he's gonna see it. Oh, I'm not sure about this. You should be just.
The marine is blocking the vulture.
But here it comes.
Oh man, that's one slow vulture.
Dragoons are almost done. They're 2/3 of the way done right now. Here comes the bunker. They're gonna be able to get the SCV making the bunker right now. And here comes the SCV block on the Marines not good enough right now. Ooh, this is really bad here from Fazek. The SCVs are just kind of attacking the probes, not blocking for these Marines. There's only 1 Marine left. The Vulture already at half HP as well.
Oh my god. So the vulture's almost
And now
dead.
the goons are out. And now this is over, I think. Vulture's
Oh my
dead.
God.
The Marines are gonna die.
0 mines
The
planted.
SCVs attacked the vulture as well.
There's nothing.
You see that?
There's
Yeah,
really nothing more he can do.
Yeah, it's over.
He's not even gonna be able to get to the bunker.
Yeah, he's just gonna. Yeah, we can see the perfect position here from Armada with these dragoons. Just gonna try to intercept whatever unit comes out, and this 1 dragoon not even gonna. Oh my god, the 1 dragoon at 5 HP, not even gonna die.
Yeah, this was a pretty flawless hold by Armada.
Yeah, but also, gotta say the micro there from Fazek was really questionable. Having those SCVs, doing some random stuff. Oh, dragoon does end up going down finally.
I think the SCVs sort of got in his own way more than they got in Armada's way.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the GG. Armada taking the series 2-1.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually,